Hey, you guys, thank you so much for being or listening to this episode of Tips with Tea. On today, I have Miss Tanya with us. How are you doing, Miss Tanya?
I am doing well, Miss T, Miss Tierra. How are you?
I'm doing well. I am doing well. So tell us more about yourself and what you do.
Sure. So I'm an author, speaker, coach, strategist, and basically I say I help people and organizations to figure out how to fit the puzzle pieces of life together so they can do life right and they can do it well. I do that so that they can be able to do life and leadership unapologetically on purpose. So I'm excited for us to dig in. I'm excited to, break that down even more. And you got me some homework, so I'm ready for these tips because I was like, "Ooh, we finna go in today. We going to class, but that's all right. It's gonna be good." So I'm excited.
I'm glad you decided to come on the show today. Um, and I like what you say, trying to teach your clients how to live on purpose, because I feel like we all do have a purpose.
We
Um,
do.
it's important for us to know our purpose first in order to reach our destiny, if I should say.
Oh yeah,
So,
you on the right path. That's
yeah,
exactly how I say it. Yes, ma'am.
yeah. So you have been working on multiple projects. And
Yes.
how can we work on and produce multiple projects at one time and
you
then
know, I'm sorry.
you can tell us like what strategies that you use to help you.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing is kind of keeping the main thing, everybody says, balance over everything. And how is that possible? It's not necessarily that when you say balance, or when I say it's not that it's an equal leverage, if you will, like it looks like across the board the same, like if you're looking at weights, it's more or less balanced in what needs to be first for that day. You're working on that. What needs to be the focus because the 911 happened, you doing that, but you've also put in enough time in the other areas or on the other projects to be able to, afford a 911 or something that's unexpected as well. And so that, for me, kind of what I try to do, I try and, plan out what I can where it's possible. Notice I said where it's possible,
Mhm.
and be intentional. I listen. My phone, that's my life source. So my phone, my calendar, being intentional about, what I'm supposed to do, where I'm supposed to be, and then using the time in between that to work on, the creative things and, you know, um, different things like that. But just being intentional as well with my time and where I'm supposed to be, and holding myself accountable to the time in between to work on the things that I may have been put into the side, or either may not have had a lot of time to do. So I even break that up so I don't get overwhelmed. So that's a lot of what I have. And those are some of the same strategies, if you will, that I would tell somebody else is, be intentional about your time, being intentional about keeping yourself accountable to that time so that, if you're going to work on this today, work on it. Like, don't just keep pushing it to the side and doing everything else. You scrolling on Facebook, Instagram, you caught yourself and you've been Netflix and chilling all day and you ain't got nothing done on your list. So be intentional about your time and hold yourself accountable to it, but
Mhm.
also the time that you have in between, kind of work on those things that you don't like to do, because it's a lot of stuff like what you do. It's a whole lot of people that don't like to do what you do when it comes to finance and accounting and that side. So that's why they work with you. But, some people also have other things that they can't, they don't have the resources or finances to do it themselves, but they also still need to do it. But so making that time intentional to break it up, if it's overwhelming, if it seems like a lot, break it up. Don't wait till it's the last minute. Luckily we got the extension to July, and it's not yet like it was yesterday,
Right,
April 15th.
right.
So, but break that thing up so that you don't wait again to the last day, or the last opportunity to file or to call or to make the show up. Don't wait. Break it up.
Hmm. Right. I try to tell my clients that, especially when it comes to their bookkeeping, I'm like, look,
Hmm.
get like if you do that at least once a month,
Hmm.
don't wait till the end of the year and want to give everything to your tax client and then they got to do book. I mean, your tax professional. And then you got to do your bookkeeping for the whole year and do your taxes. And then you wonder why you got a high fee because they have to do so much in order to prep your tax return, whether it should have been done throughout the whole year. And they look at me like, really? I'm like, yes, really.
Don't bring you no shoebox full of receipts. You don't want that. You not about that life, see?
No, I can't do it. Like I do it, but it's like it's an additional fee. It's an additional fee, and people don't understand that. Like, okay, if I
I
do
do
the
it, but I
thing,
don't want to do
yeah, it's an additional fee because it's like you really got to go through like a whole year worth of receipts and
it.
where to put it at and all this other stuff. And like, I'm like, yeah, no, please let me just do this once a month for you at a low fee. But because if I have to do this and do your tax return too, this is gonna be my fee. And they'll look at me like, really, T? Like, yes. So just taking that time to actually really plan and sit down. And then I tell them what they need to do. Like, hey, if you don't even know how to enter it into the computer, only thing you gotta do is like write a list down, of what your total expenses is for each thing a month in a book and just give it to me. Like that's more easier than you handing me a whole bunch of receipts, half on faded, can't make them out what they are. I'm like, what is this?
She got to get the magnifying glass and the flashlight. Like, wait. So T and I are telling you, break it up, even if it's the stuff you don't like to do, break it up that once a month and write the list out. Do those little things that you don't like to do so that you don't wait to the last minute so that you can keep doing the other projects because they all got to get done.
Right,
They all got to get
right.
done.
So what advice would you give to help people stay on focus on their like tasks, projects, the goals during this pandemic? Because we all going through this pandemic together, but how can
We
we all
are.
stay focused?
We are. No, I mean, we definitely are all going through this together. And I think just even saying and acknowledging that we are going through this together, like reminding each other that, like, we're not just going through it in an island, we're going through it together. And so, you know, that reminder in itself, I feel like is advice and feedback that I would give someone just to know that, we all have been hit with the unexpected, the unwanted, the
Mhm.
unplanned, and we all are in uncharted territories. Not to say that there haven't been pandemics and epidemics and crises before, but this is the one that's happening in our lifetime. So it hit a little different when it's happening to us.
Mhm.
And so, I would basically, tell them to stay focused, you know, sometimes of what you have to do for today. Because if you stay on your social media feed, if you stay on CNN and Fox News and your local newspaper and your local news channel, and you literally watching the numbers every hour change, you will not have no focus. So stay focused on that day. Stay focused, like you said, if there's a to-do list, it's cool that if you have a routine, that's even better. But if you can't manage a routine, at least manage a to-do list and work to accomplish those things, and even bucket them to where if they're small things or bigger tasks. Because let's just be honest, if you finna try and do your finances and your bookkeeping, that might take more than one day. Or if you finna try and reorganize your closet, that might take more than one day,
Right.
but break it up and kind of so you don't get overwhelmed. And that's a major key of not losing focus, because a lot of times people lose focus because it seems too much. And so
Yeah.
they block it out. They start Netflix and chilling, they start scrolling, they start doing everything else because doing that is too much. And so if you break it up to where you don't allow overwhelming thoughts, anxiety, and just pressure to overshadow what you need to do for the day, you will be better. So, just stay on the main thing, stay for what you are trying to do for that day, and plan it out, work out the projects that you need to do, whether it's business, it's personal, it's family, work it out to where, if it makes sense, a schedule.
Mhm.
Today I'm gonna work on my personal thing. Today I'm gonna work on tomorrow I'm gonna work on family. The day after that I'm gonna work on business. Like, do it to where you don't allow anxiety and anxiousness to take over, and it allows you to lose focus, because we are managing a lot right now. And
Mhm.
so as long as we can maintain, we'll be able to manage.
Yeah. Probably like I said, tell people prioritizing is key. Every day I have me a little to do list. Um, And being organized is also key. So I
Yes.
was like, during this downtime, when I finally get some downtime from this,
Hmm.
during this pandemic, like I really want to redo my office space, so I can, I guess, draw the energy that I need to, that I feel like I could be more productive. So whether
Yeah.
it's like organizing, getting bookshelves together so I could be more organized, putting up, vision boards or pictures on the wall that inspire me while I'm working, those type things. So I can stay focused. I can look at my goals or my vision every day. Even a dry erase board maybe will help somebody on their wall
Hmm.
to help them prioritize and see what they need to do every day and stay on task. So just
Absolutely.
thinking of little ideas that I can redo my office to help me, since we are more so in the house and we can't go out as much as we
Hmm.
used to.
Yeah, take advantage of the things that you've been putting to the side and not wanting to put the time and effort to. But like you said, it'll help you to be more productive in the long run. And when you're productive, you're able to produce
Mhm.
and be more powerful for the people that rely on you, whether it's family, friends, or for you, your client.
Mhm. Yep. So, what products are you currently offering that can help people prioritize their tasks and complete projects?
So just from a mindset standpoint, I have a project or a book and journal around that's called Mind Matters. And so it's talking to you about how to get unstuck and back on purpose. And so a lot of that, the prioritization of things, sometimes it's a mindset. You need to have that checkup. You need to figure out what's allowing you to get stuck. What is it that every time you try and do this or try and do that, you get stuck. So that's definitely a good resource and key that I have that's available. There's also I'm a coach. So, you may want to do a purpose call with me and just try and really work through some of the projects you have going and maybe to figure out what's getting you overwhelmed and how can we prioritize it together, because sometimes you might need to talk it out with somebody, talk it out with, okay, you know how in corporate America, when a boss give you like 100 things in one day, they
Mhm.
tell you manage up and they say, okay, take it right back to them and say, I understand that you have me doing this and you also have me doing that. Can you prioritize what you would like done first? And so
Mhm.
maybe working with me as well can be an opportunity where we talk through, okay, I know you telling me you want to do all of this, but what actually needs to be done and how can we work through so that you don't get overwhelmed, but we can prioritize it so that you can feel accomplished. Because the thing I like about prioritizing is that it helps you to actually see yourself accomplishing things. It
Mhm.
literally allows you to continue to get more motivated and encouraged each time you can check the box, each time you can see, oh, I got this done today. Oh, I'm working on that tomorrow. You can actually see it. Whereas sometimes when the chaos seems too much, all you feel is manic and crisis mode, and you don't see the cloud peeping through the sky, or the sun peeping through the clouds. And so definitely working with me as a coach as well, and then just as a strategist, I also have where I can come and work with even organizations to help with organizational development and leadership development around the strategy that you have for your business, whether it's looking what you may need to do now as it relates to business continuity based upon this new normal that you're in, and what you may need to pivot and do going forward. Or you may just find some of the resources that I have online on my school at school.tanyamiller.com that I have on leadership, because I have classes just already out there for you on leadership, where they also can provide assistance and help related to that. Some literally, from my background on finance, a lot of times people have a desire for a purpose, but they don't have the funds. And so you might need to work through prioritizing your money and start saving so that you can pursue your purpose and
Right.
work some of those passion jobs out too. So those are a couple of things and resources and offers and offerings that I have available to help, because like I said, you need to see that success and priority. Prioritizing your life is definitely an opportunity to see it, and a easy win.
Yeah. And you guys, you want they do want to come and check out your website because some of these courses that you're offering are completely free.
They are, yes.
So who would not want to invest in something that's completely free? Like it's
Hmm.
completely free. Um, so you guys do want to go check out her website. So yeah. So when you and your husband y'all first got married, correct?
Hmm.
Y'all were it was like right before a recession had hit.
Yes.
So, what do you guys did to stay afloat financially? Because I know during this time people feel like, oh, we about to go back into a recession and all this other stuff. So,
Hmm.
how can people stay afloat financially?
I mean, the advice that Susie Orman gives, Dave Ramsey gives. A lot of them, they say have the emergency fund. Well, let's just be real. You might not can have no emergency fund when you was already, paying Peter to pay Paul. I'm just being honest. And
Hmm.
so a lot of what I can even tell people when it's that tight is to literally work what you can. Like if it's really that tight, don't get caught up in trying to do everything. Figure out what you can cut back on, because that's a lot of what we did as well. So figure out what you can cut back on. Figure out what you can barter as well. Like there may be some areas that you have things that you do, even as your side hustles, that somebody else may do that you may need just for your household, that you can work out. Because let's just be real,
Hmm.
everybody got Netflix. You might be able to hook somebody up with additional profile and they help you out with something different,
Right,
and then you can cut your whole cable bill. You know what I mean?
right.
Or if you have a cell phone, a lot of them have hotspot built already in their plan. So you may be able to cut your whole internet. That might not be the preferred long term,
Hmm.
but if it can save you at least $75 a month,
Hmm.
it's an option. Another way, I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Your girl was a coupon queen, okay?
Right.
So
Oh,
getting
yeah,
on them
yeah.
coupons, getting on those deals, and taking advantage. Don't have no shame in your game. Like if you gotta tighten your belt, then tighten your belt.
Hmm.
Because there's only so much that you can do from your bare necessities of food and shelter that you can take away. So it's from the other and the extra where you're going to have to be creative,
Right.
and figure out where you can, like I said, barter, where you can trade, where you can be creative and still get in the resource, because listen, I got friends that they don't even do that. They just they look at the free, the channels that have the online web episodes where
Mhm.
you can watch them free. They just watch them on their phone. So they don't got no TV. They don't got no cable. They ain't even got Netflix, Hulu, none of that. They just watch the little episodes online for free or check a movie for free, or YouTube is their TV, okay? Like you have to get creative, because if you can sense it, and that's the thing, at least now we can, at least from our lifetime, because we actually, if it hit, this would be two economic crises within 2008, 2020, 12 years.
Mhm.
And so we can at least be knowledgeable enough, from if you were old enough to have experienced the last one in '08, to know what to do now and to be better prepared for what's coming. You can start, cutting back on your shopping, your online shopping. Leave Amazon alone for a
Mhm.
second. You know what I'm saying? Like you can start making those adjustments in your spending as well.
Right.
And then when times are better, to where you've gotten a better manage of it, that's when you can start back that saving. That's when you can start back putting that aside. And I already know you probably already talked to your clients about this whole stimulus check. Don't go ball out. If
Mhm.
use the resources for what you need to be able to actually stimulate your household, not necessarily what everybody else is doing, but what do you actually need that check for, and use it for that, not for a need, not a want. And y'all remember that back in school, what's a need versus a want?
Right.
Spend it on the need. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of what we did to stay afloat, and definitely what I would give feedback for right now, for those being laid off, those being affected, furloughed, hours cut. Like it's a whole gambit of what's happening.
Mhm.
Unemployment not kicking in.
Mhm.
Do what you need to do, and tighten your belt, and be creative in how you do things going forward.
Right. And I also like tell people that right now is a perfect time. It's spring cleaning. Clean out that closet. If you
Hmm.
have some stuff that's of good use and of value, resell it on Poshmark. I did that the other day. And that's
Yeah,
another little source of income that you
it
can keep
is.
in, you can keep coming in, um, to help you kind of stay afloat. And like, I haven't posted anything to Poshmark in a while, so when I seen that, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get back on my Poshmark game because some of this stuff in here got to go. They got to
Yeah, I
go.
actually that's actually my second side hustle business I started last year, as well. And then I kind of collaborated with my current business. But yeah, Poshmark, ThreadUp, Nextdoor, Facebook Marketplace,
Right.
garage sale. Like it's so many different creative ways. Listen, if you got Louis that's just looking at you, go on and put them on retail, what, some of those higher end ones, and get you 300 if you need a real bag. You know what I'm saying? Like do
Right.
what you need to do.
Too. Right. And like I've been trying to tell people like to take advantage of that, to those things. And I also, like you were saying, I was telling one of my clients because like they were basically, she admitted she was like, we are living above our means. I'm like, well, why do you have cable? You don't
Hmm.
need cable. Um, Fire Stick all day. There's Pluto TV that's completely free. There's Tubi that's completely free. Like there's apps that's completely free that you can live stream
Absolutely.
and watch TV. So why do you have cable?
Hmm.
Um, and right now too, during this time, like I'm noticing people like since they're losing their jobs and all this other stuff. I have a couple of clients that said they're upside down in their vehicles. Well, see if you can see if you can sell that vehicle because you don't need to be upside down in the vehicle and you're looking at a recession.
Yeah.
So things like that to try to help people. But it's all about too with me like the mindset and them they have to be real with themselves. Like all that shopping, don't need to do all that Amazon shopping and stuff. If they don't need it, just buy what they need up there and that's it. And a lot of people, they just don't, I guess they don't really hit them until like this happens, but
Yeah.
hopefully they will make the right changes so they can actually be more financially stable. So when if another pandemic was to happen, they won't be in a bad situation to where they feel like they're panicking or they actually have to really rely on government assistance and stuff like that, or be left out in the cold until the government's assistance kick in. Because a lot of people that are getting they're approved for government assistance, but it hasn't kicked in yet because they ran out
Yeah,
of
and
funding.
not just people, but businesses.
Yeah.
Like they haven't been able to get the business loans, the business grants. Unemployment, literally people say the system is crashing,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yes.
until that happens, how, like you said, how can you get creative with what's in your house? That's something, a lot of times my aunt and my granny would always say, like, what's in your house, like what can you use with what you already have to
Mm-hmm.
make $1 out of 15 cents, you know what I mean? And
Right.
so you gave creative ways, but like you said, the main thing is being honest about the situation and being flexible enough that even though it's uncomfortable, this is what I need to do. Even though it's tight, it's still right.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, thank you so much, Miss Tanya, for being on the show, telling us your tips. Tell our listeners how they can get in contact with you, and I'm going to share the social handles for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So talking with Tanya, on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Also my website, tanyajmiller.com. That's where you can get all my information, all my links. T's already sharing them as well, but on there you can get information on speaking engagements, coaching classes. You can get information to work with me if you have an organization around leadership, development and strategy sessions. Also, my store, shop.tanyajmiller.com. That's where you can get all of my books, my message merch as well. And then if you connect with me and join my fam at bit.ly, all caps, join fam, you can get 20% off your first order. So, hey, I'm already trying to help you stay afloat. We're giving you a promo and a discount, with showing your support. But if you are on Prime, I get it. That's cool. I am too. If you got Audible already, you can listen to my books for as part of your Audible account on Amazon because the books come in digital, print, and audio. So that's an option for you. Same thing if you have Kindle, and then they're also in print as well, the journals. And then, like she mentioned before, I have online classes at school.tanyajmiller.com. all on life and leadership. And there are some that are out there for free. So check me out, connect with me. Oh, and I'm on all digital outlets with my mixtape. So Talk with Tanya is basically me providing motivation, inspiration, encouragement for where you're at. But the mixtape is me doing it over a pretty dope beat. So if you got any other digital outlets, Spotify, Pandora, you can just stream that and you can stream that for free. So check me out. Thank you so much to be able to talk with tips, strategies, and tools, to be able to work through this crisis because we are all in this together. And so if T can give you advice, if I can give you advice, so we can navigate this for where we're at now and for where we're going, that's what we both want to do. So hopefully you guys got something out of what I shared and what T shared. And thank you so much for having me on today.
Thank you so much for being a guest, Tanya, today. And you guys, if you want to get in contact with me, my contact information is my phone number 910-317-0396. You can email me at contact@mjfinancial.biz, and you can schedule a consultation on my website, um, www.mjfinancial.biz. And you can find this episode on Anchor, you guys. Also, you can find this replay of this video. It will also be on the YouTube channel for MJ Financial Management. So thank you once again, Miss Tanya, for being on the show. You guys
Thank
definitely
you.
check out these free courses that she's offering right now. Is the time for you to work on your skills so you can better yourself and get that, leadership, financial standing of what you need.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. And all right, you guys, we will see you on the next episode of Tips with T.